Hey there, Chris here with Landscaper Revenue Engine. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 trends that I think are the most important trends going into 2026 when it comes to digital marketing for your landscaping or outdoor living company. So let's get to it. All right, trend number 1 that I think is going to be important in 2026 for landscapers and outdoor living contractors is the rise of answer engines. And so these are the ChatGPTs, Geminis, Google AI overviews, Google AI mode, all of that. We're starting to see more searches and more activity move from the traditional search engines like Google and over to answer engines. Now, right now, from what I'm seeing in my vantage point, those bottom of the funnel searches, so that means commercial intent, transaction intent. So that would be landscaper near me, best outdoor living contractor, Pittsburgh, things like that. Those are still by and large on Google. People are going to Google to get those answers for them when they're ready to buy. What they're going to the ChatGPTs for is for a lot of it is personal help, some research that they'll do before they make a decision. But I think over time, even those bottom funnel queries like who's the best patio builder in Memphis or something, that's going to move over to the answer engines over time. It's not there quite yet, so it's not a time where we need to put all our chips into the answer engine bag. I don't think we're there yet. There's still plenty of traffic on Google, people clicking on the 10 blue links. But I think 2026 is the year to lay a good solid foundation for how you are going to show up for the answer engines like ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, etc. And that's just to build for the future. And here's the thing, if you're doing SEO right now, like traditional SEO to show up for the 10 blue links in Google, you're already kind of doing answer engine optimization work, or AEO, I guess is what we would call it. So it's not like you have to rebuild it from scratch. I'm going to do a whole other video on how to optimize your business for answer engines. But suffice it to say, I think this is the year to start building that foundation. There's still a lot of traffic on Google. Your high intent stuff is still on google.com. But over time, that's going to fragment and move. So now's the time to get ready for it. All right, number 2, the second trend I see affecting landscapers and outdoor living contractors in 2026 is visual proof. I think visual proof is going to be more important than ever this year and beyond. Now, this is a very visual industry, right? You're creating things in the physical world. You're building beautiful patios, beautiful backyards. You're doing pools. It's all very visual. And so it's going to continue to be important to get high quality images of your finished work. Buyers want to know that the craftsmanship is high, the finished quality is good, and they also want to know that the process is going to be easy for them, which is why I think you need to start doing in process, rough in the moment videos, walkthroughs, in process, time lapses, things that show you at work, that show your competence, walkthroughs where you explain why you did a surface in a certain way, why you did a certain finish, how you're able to manage a particular slope in the yard. All that stuff is going to build confidence. And lastly, I think this is especially true if you want to do higher end projects, full backyard remodels, that kind of 50,000 and up range. You've got to figure out how to get testimonials, video testimonials. Text testimonials are not enough, and even Google reviews aren't enough. You've got to get people on camera. I've got another video that I'm going to do, and I'll probably link it in the description here whenever it gets posted. But I think you can do a DIY. Not everybody has, 5 to 10 grand to do like a full-blown production company style customer testimonial. But you can DIY your own, outsource the editing for, believe it or not, I think you can do it under $500, and I'll outline all that when I post that video. But those 3 things, continue to do high quality before and afters. By the way, the reason the before and afters are so important is people are making decisions less and less on your site, and they're using areas like your Google Business Profile. So it's not uncommon at all for someone to be looking for a contractor and to go through various business profiles, Google profiles, swipe through the photos, and that's kind of their short list. Like the work speaks for itself. So super important to get those high quality, spend the money on a professional photographer if you need to, a few $100, get those high quality photos, it'll pay dividends for you. Trend number 3 that I see continuing into 2026 for landscapers and outdoor living contractors is Google costs are going to continue to rise. So if you're on Google pay-per-click, your cost per click is going to continue to rise. This has been true for the past several years and will continue to be true. This is unfortunate. I think a lot of this is Google understands the oncoming answer engines, and they have their own answer engine with AI mode, and they see ChatGPTs and all these things kind of taking a lot of this traffic away. And I think they're trying to squeeze their orange until it's got all the juice gone. So that's driving cost per click up. I do think the auction is rigged. That's another video for another time. But costs are going to continue to rise. Now, there's a lot, to a certain extent, there's not a lot that we as advertisers can do about that. We have a lot of Google pay-per-click clients. And the thing I can say about cost per click going up is, one, it's going to happen. There's not too much. There are things you can do about it, but there's not a lot you can do about it. What you can do about it is not focus on it so much. And what I mean by that is if you do a good job of tracking your leads that come in from start to finish on through the sales process and into the revenue and profit, cost per click starts to not matter as much. To be honest, we have clients that are generating leads in the outdoor living and contractor industry that have leads at $250 or $300 a piece. Now, you might think that that's too high. Maybe that's too high for you, but what we see is enough of those make it through the process and are doing large $50,000, $75,000 projects that it doesn't matter. What you really need to focus on is your customer acquisition cost. And this is where if you're a landscaper or contractor that is doing some of this higher end work, complete backyard remodels, pools, things like that, you can tolerate a higher cost per click and a higher cost per lead and a higher customer acquisition cost. Why? Because your revenue is bigger on the back end. The people that are really going to struggle with this cost per click increase are the people that are on the lower end price-wise and are doing things like yard maintenance and things like that. That's a little tougher to tolerate a cost per click because your average order value and your lifetime value is just so much lower than someone who's doing contractor work. So all to say, costs are going to continue to rise on Google. Don't worry about it. Don't focus on it. Focus on the things that matter. Lead cost, qualified lead costs, customer acquisition costs, profit. If you focus on those things, then you don't have to worry about these fluctuations on the traffic costs. Trend number 4 for outdoor living and landscaper companies for 2026 is reviews. In 2026, reviews are going to matter more than ever. This has always been the case, but especially as we enter into this area of AI, and if you're a dishonest person, you can basically synthesize AI photos of your backyard projects if you want to get a leg up on your competition and basically falsify. I don't think a lot of people do that, but people are going to start disbelieving what they see a little bit more, if that makes sense. And so pictures aren't going to be quite enough. You do need pictures. You do need the walkthroughs. You do need all that. But you need video testimonials. I did allude to this earlier, but you've got to figure out how to get video testimonials. Even if it's just self-shot by your customers, put up your phone, talk about what it was like to hire you as a company, what the result was, what their problems were, if you accomplished the goal that they sought after when they hired you, would you recommend your company again? All that stuff. Get it on video. People are going to trust that. If they see other people that are similar to them, they're going to trust that a lot more. I used to run a video production company, and about 70% of the work we did for other businesses was customer testimonials. Why? Because it works. People are more likely to buy from you if you can lower the threat level, increase the confidence that they're not making a bad decision. Well, what makes them think they're not making a bad decision? If they can see other people that made that decision that they're about to make, and it worked out great for them. So video testimonials, you can do it yourself. You can do it for less than $500. I'm going to show you how in another video, but it is a non-negotiable for 2026 to have video for your landscaping and outdoor living company. All right, last thing with reviews, you need to build in a process that everyone follows to generate Google reviews for each completed job. And here's the kicker. You do not text them or email them after the fact. Even if they agree to it on site, you don't do it after the fact. Why? Because people get busy. Maybe they promised they would do it and you email them and they said, oh, I'll get to it, and you remind them and they say, oh, I'll get to it, and then they never do it. And it's a lost opportunity. What you need to do is you go on site when the job is completed and you get a commitment from them and you ask them to do it on the spot. You ask them to do it on the spot. Most people will say yes. And you just phrase it and say, listen, I know people get busy and I don't want to hound you for it, but I appreciate you. But if we want to sit down right now and do it, I'd love to just get it out of the way. Most people will just agree to that. And then you know that you've got it. And also you're capturing them at their happiest moment. That's important. When they see the finished product and they're experiencing it for the first time, whether it's a patio or pool, pergola, whatever you're doing for them, you're capturing them at the height of their happiness. So they're going to be more inclined to leave a really glowing, flowery review versus if you ask them, a month later or whatever. So you got to ask on the spot, make it a part of your process, be vigilant about getting Google reviews. Trend number 5 I see for landscapers and outdoor living companies in 2026 is the continued growth of LSAs or Google Local Service Ads. These have been around for a while, but I think they will continue to gain popularity as Google tries to take activity that happens on other websites like your website and funnel them into their own ecosystem. Now, the thing with local service ads is it's different from traditional search ads in that there's not a lot of levers that you can pull, but there are levers that you can pull, particularly with geographic targeting. You know where your best jobs come from as a contractor. So zip codes, you know which zip codes are best and you know which ones aren't, or which areas are good, which areas aren't. Use that in your targeting to only target the prime areas where you get the best jobs. The other thing is job type. So LSAs let you select job types that you're open for. If you need to track that over time with your LSAs, and if you're getting bottom of the barrel jobs from a particular job type, you need to take those off and prune those over time until you're only left with the highest quality job types. So the highest quality geographies and the highest quality job types. Also, as it has to do with LSAs, you need strong profile signals. So this means reviews and photos. So it pulls from your Google Business Profile. So everything you're doing to optimize your organic Google profile will also enhance your LSA. So continue that review. Make review asking and review generation a regular part of your business. Post photos weekly photos, and really populate that profile with the richest signals possible, and that's going to help you stand out among the crowd in your LSAs. The last thing to talk about for LSAs is response time. Now, this doesn't have anything to do with the actual LSA setup on Google, but it's your own. After someone fills out a form or makes a phone call, having a system and process where they're always getting an answer. There's a lot of systems where you can now, when a phone call comes in, you can automate a text back to that number. So if you're out at a job, so imagine having a system set up to where if a phone call rings out and goes away, you can automatically text back that person and say, oh, we're out. I saw where you called. We're out on a job. I'll call you back in 20 minutes or something like that. It's been shown that after about 15 minutes, the likelihood of a lead converting to a customer goes down by a lot after that 15 minutes. So response time is so quick. You're paying money to Google to get these leads. You need to respond to them quickly and with automation if at all possible. So make sure that you're responding as quickly as possible for LSAs to get the most bang for your buck. And hey, that's all. Curious to know, did I miss any trends? If you're seeing anything out there in the real world that I should have included, just drop it in the comments and we'll talk about it. And hey, if you need help marketing your landscaping and outdoor living company, that's what we do. We're a landscaper revenue engine and we'd love to help you out. There's a link in the description below this video to apply for our program. We're taking new people into our program in Q1 of this year. So if you need help with your marketing, generating a reliable system for lead generation for your landscaping or outdoor living contractor business, click the link below and jump on a call to see if you qualify.